Bills beat the Dolphins 32-29. We didn't get the Snow Bowl until the fourth quarter, but then it was awesome.
It was.
I mean, this whole game was great. This was one of the best games, and I was thinking the Bills have played maybe three of the best games that we have seen the last couple of years.
Right.
Playoff game against the Chiefs, Vikings earlier this year, this game on Saturday against the Dolphins. It was awesome.
Yeah.
Scarecrow Boat says, damn okay, Josh Allen single-handedly carrying his team to victory yet again in a game where the other team played better. By the definition of MVP, he should be it. The Bills are under 500 without him.
Exactly. That's just how I feel. I'm not going to disagree with that comment. To your point, too, where you just said they played in the three best. You know why they played in the three best games ever? Because it's like their defense isn't dominant, and they rely on one guy to just play with his ass and hair on fire and make the game happen for the team. You know, the Bills are just – they're not a dominant, physically gifted team. They're not as physically gifted as the Miami Dolphins. You saw that. And again, this is what worries me about the Bills. I know they can get to the Super Bowl, but it's just, man, it's hard because it's on one guy to make just magic happen all the time. All the time. And, yeah, I don't know. But man, this game was a lot of fun. It had a great look. It really was. I mean, them staring down the barrel of being down 8 points late, that clutch drive to score, get the 2-point conversion. It's just Josh Allen at his finest. It really was. And, yeah. For me, that's why him and Mahomes kind of stand above. And then I'd put Burrow third and Hurts fourth as far as how I would kind of look at the MVP race right now.
Don't sleep on Justin Herbert, too, if the Chargers can, win out here.
Here's the other thing, too, that I think is good for the Dolphins.
Yeah.
Hey, Tua answered some questions for me.
So that was a big thing of it coming into this game. If they won this game, they had a chance to win the division still. It would have gotten real interesting at the end. Looks like the Bills have wrapped that up at this point. So Steve Kornacki did his playoff odds on Football Night in America yesterday, and I think we have that graphic here. And so the Dolphins do lose, but their chances of making the playoffs actually went up a little bit because of the things that happened around them. The Patriots lost. Their playoff percentage goes from 42%. Now they're just 22% to make it into the postseason. The Chargers got a huge boost. They're almost 80% to get into the playoffs now. The Jets' odds were cut in half. They're down to 25% right now. So for the Dolphins, a loss. But, man, you got to take a lot away from that game. If you're Mike McDaniel and if you're a fan of the Dolphins, you're like, man, that looked pretty good.
Yeah, you can't be, I know they've lost 3 in a row, right? But I really think there is a silver lining for the Dolphins to go. I mean, we shot ourselves in the foot and left plays out on the field against the 49ers. The Chargers had a good game plan and played well, and we still had chances to win the football game and didn't play our best. And then they're going to be able to say the same thing about this one. And I think they answer the questions of like, hey, we can go up and play in the cold and not worry about it and still be explosive and a dangerous offense. So I think from that standpoint, I think this can be still a positive for the Dolphins going forward. I really look at it and go, I think it's just all going to come down to them versus the Jets in Week 18. And that's going to be awesome.
On Sunday Night Football.
I mean, it could be. That could end up being the Sunday night game. But I look at their schedule, Packers, Patriots, the Dolphins, and I clearly think they're better than both of those football teams. I expect them to win. And, that Jets game will be dicey. But I'm a believer in the Dolphins, and I'm a believer still that if they get in the playoffs, they could be one of those teams that could upset the apple cart to a degree, and we might not get our Burrow, Allens, Mahomes matchups because of a team like this. They put the pressure on you in every phase of the game, and you saw that even with their defense. It's just they're playmakers. They were all over Josh Allen. There they are once again with no running game. We got to rely on Josh Allen. It's too Josh Allen-centric. It is. And that's where the Von Miller thing also comes back to hurt them too, because he was one guy that could, hey, I can make a few sacks or plays at the end of the game to take the pressure off Josh. So he doesn't always have to drive us down on a 15-play, 90-yard drive to win the game. So that's where I get concerned about Buffalo.
Yeah.
It's one guy, and then there they were playing a team that's got a lot more than one guy, and somehow they won the football game.
Hi, I'm Mike Tirico, and thanks for watching. Make sure to hit subscribe for the latest news and highlights from NBC Sports.